Welcome back to the YouTube. We're here at the main event for the first round of European Championship. So let's see what we've done to the bike ready for the first round of qualifying.
Okay, so we've gone through and set everything up now. It's all warm, ready to go for Q1. It's a very hot day today, so it's going to be a little bit tricky for the first round just because the tune-ups could be a little bit off with the track temperature and the heat. But yeah, stay tuned and we'll let you know how we get on.
Baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to school, way down inside.
So we're back after Q1. Really tricky conditions. We've had some people in Super Street Bike. Danny Lensis, he just went a 6:57 if I remember correctly, which is very impressive. Took number one, so congratulations to him. That's big PB. But yeah, it got to half track, span a bit, gripped, pit front wheel up and just sent us left and unsettled the run a bit. So yeah, we'll have a word with Jake in a sec and we'll get a few words off the rider.
Okay, so that's Q1 completed. Found the track a little bit tricky. The hot weather has really made it quite greasy out there. A few mistakes by my part as well. I'd short shifted about 3 of the gears, and what that had done, it's sort of put us behind our boost curve. So we ended up chasing some horsepower, which put the bike into wheel spin about the 8th mile. And then when it dead hooked going into the next gear, it picked the front up and went slightly left. So a little bit of work to do on my part, and hopefully with the next run at about 5 PM, the track maybe might sort of lose a bit of temperature and not be so greasy this time. So a little bit of work to do, chassis, clutch and a bit on the laptop, and then we'll go out for Q2 and see how that one goes.
Baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send you back to school.
So the main event is now over. Our plan was to keep you up to date after each round to let you see what we've been up to, what tuning changes we've made and things like that, but it turned into a really busy weekend. So we're just going to recap everything now from Q2, because you know what happened in Q1, and go from there. So in Q2 we went down to a cooler racetrack with a bit more horsepower. The track held the power really nicely to a 681 at 220 miles an hour. At half track we had the same characteristics as before. We had the chassis problems. The bike turned hard left and it made it difficult to hold on to. So when we got back to the trailer, we just checked over everything that we'd built ready for the main event. And what we'd found is where we'd bolted the tie bar into the swing arm boss, it was like a 90-degree angle, and what they'd actually done is spread the threads in the boss and loosened the chassis up, which is why it turned hard left. So what happened on the Saturday evening is we had to take the whole swing arm out, go back to the workshop and redesign what we had built previously to make it stronger. So we decided to make it more of a positive stop than a bolted area. Came back on Saturday evening, finished work around 6 in the morning, got a little bit of sleep, and then we went out for Q3 and put a bit more power in the bike, but the track was still greasy. So we went a 670 at 224 I think, which put us in P2, and then we rolled down for Q4 and trying to roll the dice a little bit. We had one guy that was running 650s all weekend, and we kind of, is a little bit out of our reach, but we've done our best to sort of see if we could pull him in. Went down for Q4 and the bike wheeled pretty much out the hole. as it came down in first, it kind of had a little bit of a bounce as the air clutch kind of popped in, and it hooked the front back up again. We went through, I think, about 3 gears on the back wheel to about 165 miles an hour to the 8th mile, and then it got a little bit wild, so I had to roll the throttle and put her back down there. We went through a 733 at 197, so pretty good considering how much we was off the throttle trying to control the wheelie. But that kept us in P2, ready for eliminations round 1 on Monday. So, eliminations day, which turned out to be the hottest day of the weekend, which wasn't really looking forward to, with the lack of sleep and late nights and the hot weather all weekend. It was going to be a tough day. We went down for E1. We actually went down with quite a good tune-up, with a bit of confidence with what we had worked on over the evening on the Saturday, ready to push it a bit harder on eliminations day. So we went down there, but when we checked the track with the heat of the day and everything, it was not too bad because it was the first run of the day, so the temperature hadn't really got into the track too much, but we didn't want to take any risks, so we actually turned the tune-up down on the line on our map switch, just to make sure that we safely got through round 1, ready for round 2. I think we went through with a 671 at maybe 224, which took us on to E2. So E2, we went down with the tune-up that we'd run previously in E1, because the track and the temperature had got so hot, it was just too risky to try anything too aggressive, in my opinion that is anyway. So maybe could have got a little bit more out of it, but we just wanted to get through into the semi-finals, where we'd have to start pushing quite hard because the competition got so tough from that point. But we went through with a 7-0. We actually probably should have lost that round, but our competitor red lit up, unfortunately. And what happened with us, we had the best numbers to the 8th we'd had all weekend. It was probably on for a sort of a 666, 665. But on the gear change from 4th to 5th, my helmet got caught on the lanyard clip and undone the lanyard, which cut the bike out. So we were rolling through as a sitting duck as our competitor came past us, and I thought that was it, we'd done for the weekend. But the wind light was on in my lane, which I didn't want to take as gospel, so I sort of like kept my excitement to myself until we pulled off the end of the track, and we got confirmation that we dodged a bullet and our competitor had pulled a red, so we managed to get through to the semi-finals and go from there. And the GoPro footage that we had on the bike was really valuable, because we couldn't understand why the lanyard had come out, because it's quite a good fit. And then once we played the video back, we could see exactly what had gone on, so it gave us an opportunity then to move the lanyard round so the problem couldn't happen again. So off we went to the semi-finals.
The light cut out, and I was like, what? And then I just stopped, and I was like, how's that fell out?
So after the semi-finals we went, where we met our friend Casper from Greece, who had been on outstanding form all weekend, so it was time to sort of build our tune up on the back 8th really, to try and bring the numbers down. in the eliminations round 2 through 60 foot, I just had to feather the throttle slightly just to control a little wheelie. So we didn't want to put any more power in the first 60 foot because with the track conditions changing with the heat and the bike being on its limit, in my opinion, we just sort of thought from 60 foot onwards we can just start chipping away from there, just to bring the short numbers down a touch and then build up a bit more in the back eights to try and keep in touch with Casper. So yeah, rolled out the burnout into stage and got up on the 2-step, and as soon as I dropped the clutch, just spun the tyre instantly. And it turns out for us, the track was just too hot. It just got too greasy for us. The bike didn't even move about a foot. So yeah, so that was it for us. Day was done, and we just saw Casper sail away in front of us to a PB of a 6:58. So massive congratulations to him. So pleased for him. Great guy to have in the class. And off he went to the finals as we sat in the stands and watched.
He rewrites the European record again! Unbelievable show.
So that's that. It's been an amazing weekend. We've been blessed with good weather, fast racing and brilliant company from our whole team and everyone in the class. It's been fantastic. PBs in the class, records being set. That's what European drag racing is all about.
So yeah, fantastic weekend. Great start to the European Championship for all, and I hope we've entertained you well. So remember to like,
Subscribe.
share, you idiot. Go on, say it now.
Share.
And subscribe if you like following what we've been doing. We'll bring you along with the next one. Thanks a lot, everyone.
See ya.